Morning. It's Friday, April 25th. And this morning, as usual, I was scanning articles online to find something that I could speak about this morning. And quite often I avoid articles that relate to the president because he's doing stuff every single day that I could disagree with. But in this particular case, I do not feel that it's appropriate to ignore this particular situation. This involves Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the Republican governor of Arkansas. And we have Donald Trump as the president of the Republicans and the president of the United States. He might lean a little bit toward members of his party to help them when they are in need. So we have a situation with Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who is begging Donald Trump to reconsider the FEMA denial of an emergency disaster declaration to aid in the recovery of a series of destructive tornadoes and storms that marched through her state in March. How's that? March through the state in March. So Sanders, who is a former White House press secretary to Trump, wrote a lengthy letter last week to her ex-boss detailing the damages that were caused by these storms and begging him to reconsider FEMA's denial. The storms and the tornadoes that occurred on March 14th and March 15th produced catastrophic impacts across our state. And the sheer magnitude of this event caused overwhelming amounts of debris, widespread destruction of homes and businesses. 3 people died, and there were many others injured. And less than 3 weeks later, Arkansas was again devastated by a series of severe storms and tornadoes and a generational flooding event. This is all stuff that Sanders put in a letter to President Trump appealing for his help. And in her letter, she said, without the support of a major disaster declaration, Arkansas will face significant challenges in assuming full responsibility, exceed the capabilities of my state, and have affected local governments who depend on aid from the state. And these local governments can now not respond adequately. So as such, in my mind, supplemental federal assistance is crucial. It's not surprising that states are already struggling to get disaster recovery under the second Trump administration. Because in January, President Trump floated eliminating the agency entirely. He wants to eliminate FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Why? Why would anybody want to get rid of a critical agency like that? So this is all in the middle of this request by Sanders for help, the destruction of the agency that could help her. And the president not stepping forward and saying, give these people help. I'm the president of the United States. I should be looking out for everybody. But they don't want to do that. They want to strip that agency down and lay off people. And during his first term, Trump had a habit of setting up roadblocks to states requesting disaster relief. And depending on his personal relationships and the politics of that particular state, the president once held out on approving funds for regions of California that were scorched by wildfires until the president was shown evidence by his staff of the people that were in the affected areas. And those people were actually his fans. So because they were his fans, he elected to give them some help. Is that what a president does? If he doesn't like you because you don't like him, he will not help you in an emergency? Is that what we have running this country now? Somebody who ignores requests from governors because they have disagreed with him in the past? That is not the way that the president of any nation should act. He's elected to take care of all the people, whether they voted for him or not, whether they are associated with his political party or not. But once again, Trump has shown his true stripes. He's only in this game to serve those who will kiss his ass. And unfortunately for Sanders, she hasn't done any ass-kissing lately. So we'll have to wait and see if Arkansas gets the help that they need. They can't handle the recovery effort without some federal funding, and probably without some people to go down there and help too. So the problem with natural disasters is they don't recognize state lines or anything like that. You're a Republican state or a Democratic state, it doesn't matter to the disaster. It's going to rip you apart no matter who you are. So this is another example of the twisted mind of our leader, who only helps people who kiss his ass. So I leave you with that this morning. A terrible situation in Arkansas. They need help. Thank you.